in Cleveland. Remember last year, Browns went into them and just punched them in the throat, and Baltimore's fully aware of it. Also, not only are the Browns bad in week one, they haven't won since 2005. They're last in wins, point differential, and turnover differential. The Ravens led the NFL in rushing, and I believe their rushing game will be better. And this is a testament to John Harbaugh and coaching. Ravens have held their opponents to 10 points or fewer in the last 4 season openers. That's what great defensive coaches do all summer. They figure out that opener. I don't like to swallow a lot of points, but I'm taking the Ravens big, 33-20.
Jets at Bills.
I'll take the Jets plus 6.5, and here's why. Josh Allen was bad last year. He was pretty good against Dallas, and that's the game you watched, right? But Josh Allen was last in passing yards, passing touchdowns, completion percentage, passing rating among quarterbacks over the last 2 years with a minimum 25 starts. He's been bad. The coaching staff is great. He's not been good. He wasn't good as last year at Wyoming. The Bills have scored fewer than 20 points in each of their last 5 games last year, including the playoff loss. Now, I don't like the fact Jamal Adams is gone, but C.J. Mosley was gone last year, too. 6.5 points when I get the better quarterback. And there's no question the Jets have upgraded at wide receiver, tight end, and offensive line. Buffalo may win 24-20. 6.5 is way too many points to give the Jets. Buffalo weather won't be an issue. They've got some new personnel on the outside that I think will be a handful for the Bills. Bills win. Love the Jets plus 6.5.
Seahawks at Falcons.
Like it, I love it. I'll take Atlanta plus 2.5, my pick of the weekend. Falcons played really well last year. Won their last 4, and they won 6 of their last 8 to support their coach. He may get fired, but they like him. And Matt Ryan has figured out Pete Carroll. They've faced each other 7 times. Matt Ryan's 5-2. His passer rating's over 100. 16 TDs, 4 picks. Matt Ryan's done really well against Pete Carroll defenses, and this is not one of Pete Carroll's great defenses. Also, for all their issues, Matt Ryan's not the problem. The offense isn't the problem. It was a top 5 offense last year, playing at home, and they were a top 3 passing offense. And remember this, as much as I love Russell Wilson, it is really hard in the NFL to go on the road cross-country against a Pro Bowl-level quarterback when you, Seattle, have a significantly worse offensive line and defensive line. That's hard to do in the NFL. We're going into a stadium on the road. We have easily the worst O-line and D-line in the game. Atlanta's getting points. Atlanta's going to win it. 24-23.
Raiders at Panthers.
I know. Bunch of new stuff for Carolina. But can I just say something? Of course I can. It's my show. Teddy Bridgewater's good. I'll show you something funny. Best winning percentage as a starting quarterback in the last 5 years. Minimum 20 starts. Lamar, Garoppolo, Brady, Mahomes. Teddy Bridgewater! He's 16-6. And he also has a history of walking into a playbook and figuring it out. He's got a lot of college starts. He's got some NFL starts. This is a guy they inserted into New Orleans last year. He was ready to go. He does not make mistakes. He's got a world-class running back. I've always thought their wide receivers are underrated. The offensive line is good enough, middle of the pack. Now, defensively, they're in a rebuild, and they put a lot of their draft picks on the defensive side. But the Raiders were a bad team last year, not just on defense. Week 12 on, the Raiders were bad offensively with all those weapons. It's a Gruden, Derek Carr issue. The Raiders were a bad road team, 2-6, and lost, outscored by 90 points. Worst road point differential in the NFL. I don't like all the change in Carolina, but I'm getting over a field goal from a quarterback that wins, figures out playbooks, and has arguably the best running back coach and a new creative head coach. I'm going to take Carolina to beat the Raiders 28-27.
Cowboys at Rams.
I think the Rams are the better team, and they're getting points at home. I'm going to take Los Angeles plus 3. First of all, the Cowboys only had 7 defensive interceptions last year. Translation, they don't make offenses uncomfortable. They don't. The Rams' O-line is healthy. Same quarterback, same coach, same system, same left tackle, same wide receivers, same tight end. This is a good Rams team with a super, hyper-creative head coach. Sean McVay in season openers. This is what creative head coaches do. He's 3-0, averaged 36 points. 2 of the 3 wins came by plus 20 points. Jared Goff, by the way, for all the heat he gets, in the last 4 weeks, averaged 330 yards passing, second best in the NFL, higher than Mahomes. Why? Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, good tight ends. By the way, Cam Akers, rookie running back out of Florida State, has been the talk of the camp, as has Van Jefferson, wide receiver from Florida. I think Dallas, if they played in a month, maybe the better team. But I think this is continuity, been a quiet camp. The Rams are healthy. The walking on eggshell Gurley thing is gone. I like the Rams to win this game in their new stadium, 28-27. A lot of points scored here. That is my Blazing 5. So I like one big favorite. I like Baltimore to roll. Then I'm going to take the Jets in points, the Falcons in points, Carolina in points, and the Rams in points. I got to be honest with you. Every week, I think I'm going to go 5-0. Every dang week, I think I'm going to go 5-0. The pick I didn't go with, but I was really close, was Miami plus 6.5 at Foxborough. But the Cam factor, I do think the secondary for New England is sensational. And I just think to myself, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be this 17-16, 20-21. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's going to be ugly and unpredictable and some turnovers and a bunch of new stuff for both teams. So I stayed away from that. I do like Miami to win, but I just, Foxborough does weird things. Belichick and Foxborough win games they shouldn't all the time. All right. I got to get to this. This is the power of the NFL. We all watch great NBA finals. We're going to watch Clippers-Lakers. We watch if the Dodgers get to the World Series. We watch great. We watch Ohio State, Michigan. We watch Alabama, LSU. We watch great all the time in sports. The power of the NFL over every other sport. We don't watch bad NBA. We don't watch bad baseball. We don't watch bad hockey. We don't watch bad college basketball teams. We don't watch crappy college football teams. The power of the NFL, I cannot wait to watch the number 1 tanking team in the league this year hosting the least athletic quarterback in 20 years. Jags, Colts. Can't wait. I think it's fascinating. Why? The tankers and old man Rivers. Because it's funny about the Chargers, and I'm friends with their GM, and I grew up liking the Chargers a lot. They had Dan Fouts, and they had Chuck Muncie and John Jefferson and Kellen Winslow. They were just crazy, wild fun. They've always been kind of a fun franchise with a lot of great playmakers, LaDainian Tomlinson, then others. But with Phillip Rivers, it's always I wonder if Eli would have gone to the Chargers and Phillip Rivers to the more stable New York Giants, would their careers be different? In 14 years with the Chargers, Phillip Rivers had a top 5 defense once a decade ago. The Chargers' kicking woes are laughably well documented. Bad O-lines from time to time. No home field advantage the last couple of years or this year if he would have played. I got nothing against the Chargers, but it's been an organization with chaos. And now you go to the best young offensive line with, I think, 2 of the best offensive draft picks, Michael Pittman, receiver, USC, Jonathan Taylor, running back, Wisconsin, a rock-solid general manager and head coach. Jim Irsay can be impulsive, but it's a really stable organization. And so Phillip Rivers goes to an organization where there were holdouts and no home field and rarely a great defense and just, there's the old saying, like with the Chargers is, the Chargers lose like nobody else can lose in the NFL. They outplay it and lose. And the Colts have often been the opposite. They're a little vanilla. They're not over the top. They're not the most marketable. They're not the most, but they win a lot of games. And I like them to win their division this year. I cannot wait to see Phillip Rivers in a new environment. Like Tom Brady, he had stability, so it's not like it's anything new. But the Chargers have always been a little rocky. Last couple of years they've been playing in a soccer stadium, basically as a road team. They had to literally, they couldn't hear at home. So I'm fascinated to watch Phillip Rivers with the Colts. I have them winning the division. I think they could win this game. This was one of the games I considered, but I